Cleveland, Ohio, une ville où, durant la dernière année, toute proportion gardée, il y a eu plus d'agressions armées qu'à Chicago. Son niveau de violence se compare aux pires villes du Brésil et d'Afrique du Sud. En un an seulement, le nombre de meurtres a augmenté de 90 %. Et comme j'ai peur de rien, direction Cleveland. Quand je me promène dans Cleveland, on voit ici et là des flashs d'une ville qui a déjà été une très belle ville à l'époque. C'est une ancienne ville qui était dominante au niveau industriel aux États-Unis, à cause qu'elle est située tout près du lac Erie. Son industrie tournait autour du fer. Donc on peut comprendre que dans les années 70, économiquement, la ville a été touchée très fortement. On est en mesure de pouvoir voir présentement l'état dans lequel elle est. Et c'est une décrépitude au niveau des bâtiments. Les maisons abandonnées, en très mauvais état avec des gens qui habitent dedans. Les bâtiments industriels à moitié démolis. Donc, il y a certains quartiers, ils font peur seulement qu'à regarder. Puis on parle pas à ce moment-là de ce qu'on peut y retrouver non plus. Ce que je me rends compte, c'est que tous les commerces sont fermés. La question que je me pose, ces gens-là, ils font leur épicerie où? Et finalement, je vois une épicerie de quartier qui est ouverte. Fait que je décide d'y m'arrêter pour aller voir quelle variété d'items on peut y trouver. Mr. Hayward,
Yes, sir.
this is a family-owned business.
Yes, it is.
There's only a few left in this neighborhood.
Yes, it is. Not even a handful.
You bring it to people who live there, some goods, you know, like stuff that they need
Exactly.
on an everyday basis.
Right. And I'm here to provide a service or to have a kind, respectful, listening ear.
How did you get started?
Well, that gentleman right there.
That's your dad.
Yeah, my father, you know what I'm saying? My mother and father started this 50 years ago, and it's still going today. I mean, this is rough, but it's going. And now, by me being a second-born son, I was born to continue this.
Well, you were practically raised here.
I was. I mean, I think I was conceived here. I'm telling you, man. I mean, this is home.
Pour lui, c'est important de redonner à la ville. Donc, ce qu'il veut faire, c'est faire en sorte que les gens de la communauté réapprennent de ce que c'est tisser des liens. Et à ce moment-là, ramener un peu d'amour d'autrui dans une ville qui en a grandement besoin.
I have two fields over there. One's gonna be a community garden. The baddest criminal in the world, when his parents or grandparents come around, we'll kind of straighten up. So with the community garden, that's gonna bring the older community out and about, and that'll like simmer down a lot of the nonsense. Because who's gonna come out and rob somebody or sell some drugs knowing that their grandmother's sitting right there in the garden? You're not gonna do it.
Like the way it was in the old days.
Exactly, where the neighbor can see you doing wrong, discipline you, call the house, so you got a whooping from the neighbor and once you get home. You know what I'm saying?
From your mama.
Yeah, it takes a village to raise a child, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get from this corner to the corner of Massey, a peace zone.
When I walk the street outside, you know, Happiness is not what comes up to my mind. This is a rough neighborhood.
Well, I mean, the world is rough. So you gotta be a rough person to conquer the area that you put in. I won't be surprised if you don't hear a gunshot while we doing this. I mean, gunplay around here, it's the norm now. When I hear gunshots now, I don't even duck no more.
So when you don't hear it, that's when you know something's wrong.
No, I'm not gonna say that. But I'm just saying though, I mean, like the other morning I opened up, it's 10:30, no, it's 9:30 in the morning, I come over here. I'm like, I don't supposed to hear that in Cleveland, you know, in the city. That's something that I would hear on the news. That really made me, that scared me though. But I was like, damn, that's like 15 shots in 3 seconds. That don't supposed to be in nowhere, basically, but especially not in the inner city, not in around people.
Good luck with it, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Un des faits criminels célèbres qui a mis Cleveland sur la map à travers le monde, c'est l'affaire Ariel Castro. Un individu qui a kidnappé des femmes, qui les a gardées dans son sous-sol pendant des années, et il y a quelqu'un qui les a sauvées, Charles Ramsey. J'ai rencontré Charles dans un des pires quartiers de Cleveland. C'était vraiment en mauvais état. Et selon ses dires à lui, c'était un endroit où c'était pas nécessairement sécuritaire de se trouver.
I'm telling you, Gerard, don't you? You know jealousy.
I know. Believe me, I know.
You know envy.
Yes, I know.
And you know it's a motherfucker that would love to be in your place right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You see I'm coming from? So
Yeah.
that's where I've been going on. Because motherfuckers look at you and they act like they're your friend.
But they're not. You from Cleveland?
Yes.
Born and raised?
Born and raised. Yes, sir.
How was it growing up here in those streets?
Well, let's look around. That house right there, I'm sure it had about 4 or 5 dead bodies. That house right there, I remember somebody getting shot right in front of. This house right here is boarded up because so much bad stuff happening that not only did the landlord lose the house, but the city of Cleveland don't even want nobody to even own this house. Look, what's that sign say? You can buy
Cleveland for 15.
$15, the whole city. You can buy, look, you see the sign? You can buy the whole city of Cleveland for $15. I'm not making this up.
As a teenager, how was it? There's a lot of gangs here?
Everywhere. You can listen to people that say, I was cool with both sides, I was neutral. Nobody's neutral. What it is you were a good enough person that particular gang gave you a pass, and this particular gang gave you a pass.
You might say you're neutral, but somehow you gotta do what you have to do.
You have to do what you have to do to survive. Because you got a young cat, say 17, 18. Now, only time this cat eats is when school is open. But when the summer comes, he's not gonna eat for 90 days because school is closed. So what that kid gotta do? Well, first you're too young to get a job. So you can't work nowhere. This kid wouldn't got a gun and he wouldn't got some drugs. Now to the outside looking in, now that's a just terrible kid. Yeah, but you don't live under that kid's roof. You don't hear his sister crying every goddamn night because she's sick of not eating. All right, now you gotta take care of yourself along with your little sister. But remember, it all started from a parent in the house that didn't have a goddamn income in the first place while that kid was in school for 9 months. Keep in mind, you're a kid. So how much back talk can you give your parent, even though your mother ain't shit?
Not much.
Even though your mother ain't shit, how much talking can you actually do? None. So you have to take that.
How dangerous those streets are.
Jesus Christ. You wanna let him go or what? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Fuck it.
You know,
He lives right there, this fucking, he always comes down this one way. I hate that bastard.
so Charles, let's say guys like me walking down the streets, how dangerous can it be?
I don't want you to walk down these streets. I'm telling you how bad it is, bro. Cops have just now become famous for getting killed. Not in the line of duty, just from some psychopath that's wanting to, but that has been happening. If the police don't want to walk down this street, and they got guns, then people like you that work for a living are dead meat.
So they pretty much see something and they go for it right away.
Ain't no tomorrow.
Donc, après avoir trouvé un bout de rue sur lequel Charles disait être pas mal le maître de ce bout de quartier-là, on a décidé de parler de l'affaire Ariel Castro. So, Charles, an event happened to you a couple of years ago, really changed your life.
Oh, my goodness, Lord. People ask me, how do you sleep? My next door neighbor had 3 girls in the basement of his house, locked up like animals, but would come outside, smoke a joint with me, and ask me how I think the Cavs are gonna do if we get LeBron James back. Now, at the same time that those girls are locked up, he'll go to work. What'd he do for a living? He was a school bus driver.
You're kidding me.
If you saw a school bus driver, you're not gonna tell me you would look at him, go, nah, you're an evil person.
No.
You drive children around. You're the best person in the world.
You trust him.
So people, how do you sleep? Knowing that, I should be doing cocaine every goddamn hour.
Ce qui est dérangeant dans tout ça, c'est que le fait d'avoir sauvé ces filles-là de l'enfer dont elles étaient prises, ça a changé sa vie, mais pas de façon positive. So you feel guilty about it, not knowing before?
Yeah, and I'm gonna always say that. And I talk to people about this. People go, how are you supposed to know? You didn't know that. You didn't hear nothing. I said, yeah, but to be that goddamn close to those girls and not do nothing, I was there 10 months, 2 months away from a whole year.
And oh, it changed you, because obviously it changed your life.
Oh, bro, I can't go nowhere. Let me tell you about fame. See, I got famous and didn't want it. See, famous people don't mind going out in the public. When people recognize you, they go, hey, that's that dude. Me, I don't know what your intentions are when you go, hey, there go Ramsey, and then I hear you whispering. So I don't know if you're whispering that that's just the dude to say those girls,
Because
or
you're here.
let's go rob him. That's the jealousy in this motherfucking city. I would have to live in Canada or New York for people to be like, you all right with me. But here,
That
you
bad.
should have left those girls in the house.
You-
That's what I've been hearing.
You're kidding me.
I should have left those girls in the house. Me, I saw a girl banging on the door. Hey, what's wrong? What you banging on the, what's wrong? What you doing? I'm trying to get out the door. Well, get out. Boom. That's how they got out. But this is what freaked me out. I'm sitting on the porch with a hamburger, watching her. She don't go and run off. She does this. Come on, baby. Whew. Hey, I just helped you break out. I don't know where Ariel is, but why are you still standing here? And who the hell is this kid? She goes, this is my daughter. She wants her daddy. Well, call that motherfucker. Her daddy is Ariel. Wait. Who? What's going on in this goddamn house? And that's how that went down, bro.
That's how it went down.
Now, keep in mind, she still don't move. I said, why you not going? She goes, because there's 2 more girls in that house. That's what we got to call the police.
Do you fear for your safety?
Every day. Because like I say, you don't know where it's gonna come from. I don't have to worry about white people. I gotta worry about everybody else.
Since you don't know what's coming for you, do you carry something?
Oh yeah. What I did, went and got me a BB gun.
Why?
Cause I don't wanna kill nobody. But I figure if at least with a BB gun, if I shoot you in the eye at least 20 times, you'll go down and then I can ask you, what's your problem?
And a BB gun is legal.
It's legal, because it's a toy.
En résumé, ma rencontre avec Charles a été très intéressante. Ça m'a permis, et de rencontrer quelqu'un qui a été impliqué dans une des causes qui a eu un écho à travers le monde, quelqu'un qui vient du hood, donc qui est en mesure de pouvoir me donner, je vous dirais l'heure juste, sur les deux côtés de la médaille, de c'est comment vivre à Cleveland. Je me suis rendu compte qu'il y avait des gens sur un perron qui me regardaient. Donc, je me suis dit, je vais aller discuter avec eux. Ça coûte rien, on va prendre une chance, puis ils ont peut-être de quoi d'intéressant à me dire. Flash, coach, you're from this hood?
Yeah,
That's right.
I got my own little football team and I coach, you know what I'm saying, which starts at the ages of 5 up to 14. And we're just trying to be positive role models and for the input of these young guys so they can come back and be a positive role model in society and give back to the community.
So you want to change the community?
Definitely.
Right.
You don't want people to get out of it. You want people to actually still live here, but being positive model.
Oh, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Build the community back up.
De son côté, Lash, mais lui, c'est un de ces jeunes-là qui a grandi là. Puis il est un petit peu moins jeune maintenant, mais il a une petite fille, puis il est en mesure de me donner un autre son de cloche sur la réalité des rues de Cleveland.
Can't run away from the problem.
Exactly.
You know, we got to face it head on. And us, you know, being leaders now, you know, we had the power to help uplift. You know what I'm saying? And pull together.
We got to build our infrastructure. See, our infrastructure around here is so broke down because you got so much negativity. You got probably 5, 6 houses on every street that's abandoned.
Coach est entraîneur au football, puis il est en mesure de me donner un compte-rendu de l'importance de garder les jeunes à travers l'éducation, le sport, pour leur empêcher de faire des mauvais choix.
When I went to coaching, the guy told me, he said, well, I'll give you a team, I'll give you a field, but you can't do it down here. I want you to do it over on the west side. I said, listen, I cannot go out of my door and is paper in my yard and walk past my yard or my neighbor's yard to go over to the west side to pick up the paper over there. I said, it's got to start right here first. Let me start here and go abroad.
Yeah, you can't ignore what's happening in your...
You can't ignore what's happening
in your
right
hood,
here.
and you're going to go fix somebody's hood.
Exactly. The only way we're going to ever be strong as a people is to build a youth. Right. Everything got to start through the kids.
Well, you just mentioned the only way to be strong is by unify.
Unify.
How's the racial tension here in Cleveland?
I mean, you got a guy that shoot down into a car 28 times following a police chase. The police actually shot the car up over 100 sometimes. Then you get one guy to get up on top of the car and shoot down the inside of the car. Oh, you stand on the top. How can we ever teach our kids not to be afraid of the police when it's things like that that's happening?
The people in the car, they were black?
They were black.
Okay. Your feeling is if those people were white,
no, he would not have shot down in that car no 28 times. You know what I'm saying?
They would act differently with white people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Quelque chose qui m'a vraiment frappé, c'est qu'en discutant avec eux, ils m'ont clairement dit, eux autres, qu'ils devraient avoir un meilleur contrôle des armes à feu, ce qui fait contraste avec ce qu'on entend dans les médias.
You modify the gun laws, you gonna modify the killings. They doing everything to legalize where everybody can carry a gun. When you legalize everybody to carry a gun, you're going back to the Wild Wild West. You're going back to the Western. Right. Gone are the days where a guy defended himself with his hands.
Those days are gone.
It's gone. But now the police got tasers and everything like that, where they can taser a guy first. Every situation don't have to be handled with them pulling the gun first, is what I'm saying.
Donc, ça a été des belles rencontres que j'ai eues dans ce petit quartier-là. Et ça me permet de me faire une vision à grande échelle de ce que Cleveland doit avoir l'air. Un des gros problèmes qu'on retrouve à Cleveland, c'est la drogue. Et pas n'importe laquelle, l'héroïne. Et la problématique présentement avec l'héroïne, c'est qu'on la coupe avec d'autres produits qu'on ne sait pas nécessairement c'est quoi, ce qui fait en sorte que ceux qui l'utilisent ont beaucoup de difficultés à gérer les quantités qu'ils doivent utiliser, ce qui augmente le nombre d'overdoses qu'on retrouve dans la ville. Je me dirige dans l'ouest de la ville pour aller rencontrer Chico. Chico, il y a une genre de clinique ambulante. Il s'en va à un endroit spécifique où les utilisateurs savent qu'il va se trouver à chaque jour pour remettre en échange de seringues usées des seringues neuves. So, Chico, can you talk to me about your program?
It's a program called harm reduction. What we do with the client is make it safe for IV drug users to not catch hepatitis or HIV. And when in the beginning, we just had like 10 clients, 250 needles a month. Now we have probably about 2,300 clients, 69,000 needles a month.
A month?
A month.
How did you get involved?
Well, how I got involved, I was looking for a job. And honestly, how I got...
Makes sense.
Yeah, I was doing landscaping. I come home from landscaping one day. My 11-year-old daughter was looking in the newspaper. When I got there and sat down, she said, look at this. It's a job right here, and it's called needle exchange, but they need somebody who's been sober for 3 years. You've been sober for 7.
You're kidding me.
Not
Your
lying.
daughter.
My daughter. She's a nurse right now for University Hospital. But what made the job so important is just, you're trying to save lives. And the lives that we're talking about right now that's happening here in Ohio, the suburbs, kids are being hit hard. And these
Which drug they commonly use right now?
heroin right now,
Big.
but they getting food with this carfentanil.
Yeah, I heard about this new
Yes,
drug, which is
yeah.
very powerful,
Very powerful.
very dangerous as well.
Yes, sir. And they've been dying.
It is cheap for them to actually buy this drug?
All drugs from like IV drug users is cheap. It's $10 and up, but they just don't know what they're getting. The reason why it's like a lot of overdose death, you're getting a lot of people coming out of prison, you're getting a lot of people coming out of treatment, they system real clean, they want to go back to what they used to use. Like they used to put like 30 to 40 cc's in a needle, hit it and get high. That's what they're doing, and they're alone, they're at home and alone, and their parents are walking in bedrooms finding these kids dead.
Chico, je l'ai trouvé vraiment intéressant. Et comme il m'a expliqué, la problématique, c'est de trouver une façon de ramener ces gens-là à trouver des solutions à leurs problèmes, parce qu'ils ont tous quelque chose qui a déclenché ce besoin de s'évader en se droguant. So, Chico, what are you giving away?
Okay, what we do give away when the clients come to the van, we give 1-for-1 needle exchange, and we have different size gauges of needles and different size needles.
Why different size?
Well, the females have to use a thinner needle because their veins are rotate and move, and they don't want that big hole in their arm compared to this one. This one is more comparable.
This one is
men.
bigger.
It's bigger.
So they're gonna use the same needle many times?
No, once.
Once?
That's what we teach them. They're going to picture of it. That's one after 1 use, and this is after 6 use.
Wow.
All right, this bag is very important. Inside this kit, we have everything in there for them to use safely. The bleach is what they use to clean their syringes out. That's after use. But to use, we have the cooker, the cotton, the water, the alcohol pads, and we have the ointment. This is all in the procedure of using. Now, a lot of times these kits are very important to a lot of these clients because when they traveling with these syringes from point A to point B, and we give them the needle exchange card, so a lot of times, a lot of our clients show these cards to the police, they're beginning to respect it more. They're reaching out to help them. It's even to the point right now that the police could stop a client and they see if any overdose or uses or anything, they get the syringes, they try to help the client and give them a choice. Do you want to go to treatment? Do you want help? Now, they begin to, we all, like I said, we all begin to work as one. So they're coming in and trying to help do their part instead of always arresting the client, because it's basically, it really is a drug problem. And arresting them is not the solution.
It's not fixing the problem.
It's not fixing the problem. You got a client right here.
Sorry.
So I start a storm inside my head and settle down.
Donc, les clients de Chico, je m'attendais, moi, à voir des gens que ce serait pratiquement écrit dans leur visage qui utilisent la drogue. Et quand j'étais sur place et je les regardais arriver, ce que je me suis rendu compte, c'est que ça pouvait être à peu près n'importe qui.
Deadly serious, yo. When we get in the game, it will get deadly serious. You'll be feeling us, not just hearing us. The time is nearing, trust, prepare for us. It's clear to us there's not enough space here to bust.
Quand on se promène dans Cleveland, peu importe où on est, ça se ressemble. On peut voir que la ville est vraiment ravagée par les effets de la crise économique et de toutes les problématiques qui viennent avec. Là, je m'en vais rencontrer les membres du Black Shield. Ce sont des policiers actifs et des policiers à la retraite qui ont décidé de s'impliquer dans la communauté noire de Cleveland. So, Nate, Lynn, you're a retired police officer, you're still active. Can you talk to me about Cleveland, your city?
From the time I was on the police department in 1977, I've seen a change in the city. The crime got a lot worse than what it was back then.
So as you get older, you know, the respect was there too.
Right,
you know?
yeah, right.
The respect was a little bit, you know, better as far as the police is concerned.
Ce qui est intéressant ici, c'est que j'avais des policiers qui acceptaient de me parler. C'est pas la première fois que je rencontre des policiers. Et à chaque fois, leur discours est très corporatif. Donc, on peut comprendre qu'on suit la ligne qui est donnée par l'administration, puis on n'en déroge pas. Eux sont très ouverts et ça me permet de mettre en relation un peu ma manière de percevoir les choses lorsque je patrouille les rues, ou plutôt lorsque je me promène.
When I got on the police department, I really actually thought that I could make a change and that I had the power to stop certain things from happening. When I found out later that there still were rules and laws that I had to follow. For like what I'm talking about, a perfect example is that we have a criminal code that and everything's spelled out. If a person does X, Y, and Z, and you have to charge them with this particular crime because it fits the criminal code. Where there's little areas in there that you could get away with and not let it happen, but you still have to follow what the criminal code said you had to follow. So there were rules and that stopped you from being the police like you wanted to be the police.
Ce qu'il faut comprendre ici, c'est que lorsqu'on habite dans ces quartiers-là, ils n'ont pas une vision favorable de la police. Oui, ils sont policiers, mais ils n'ont pas nécessairement appliqué les lois qui sont régies lorsqu'ils sont dans leur travail. Donc, ça permet d'avoir une zone qui est un peu plus grise, puis ça permet aussi de calmer la tension qu'on peut retrouver dans ces quartiers.
See, and one other thing that, you know, when I came on, we had a situation to where there was a residency requirement where you had to live in the city of Cleveland in order to be a police officer. But since then, the last 4 or 5 years, they have abolished that. Now you get people that really don't understand the inner city that are applying to become Cleveland police officers and really don't have no relationship or even don't have the aptitude to have the understanding of having that relationship with inner city life.
La grosse problématique, c'est lorsqu'on vient de l'extérieur, on vient de la banlieue, de la campagne, on arrive en ville et on arrive dans les quartiers chauds. Une situation où, dans ces quartiers-là, est normale, peut être perçue par toi pour une situation qui peut être, en apparence, dangereuse. Ce qui crée un problème de communication entre les forces policières et la population qui y vivent. Parce que, encore une fois, les gens qui y vivent ont l'impression de toujours discuter avec des gens qui les oppressent.
Let me give you a prime example, and keeping it real. That situation that they'd had down in South Carolina, where that officer shot that guy 8 times in the back.
Yeah.
And put the taser down there and did that, okay? All right, now you had an African-American officer who came on the scene later on and really kind of went along with the story. Now, my question is, here's this officer is in South Carolina. If that officer would have spoke up and said what he said, could you imagine the threats and the this and the nasty phone calls and this, that, and other if he would have said
Even
something?
his job.
Oh, he definitely even his job.
Yeah, absolutely.
And never work again as a police officer.
Well, he had probably had to leave that city, that's for sure. So this is the thing that a lot of times African-American officers are faced. If they speak out on some things and not having any community backing, you out there as a lone wolf by yourself and you subject to all any other retributions that come to you.
Donc, à un moment donné, je leur demande pour aller me promener dans le quartier, juste pour sentir les rues, où qu'on est, comment c'est. À ma grande surprise, même s'ils sont policiers, anciens policiers, ils me disent carrément que c'est trop dangereux pour nous et pour eux d'y aller et se promener là-bas. Donc, ça nous donne une idée un peu du genre de jungle dans laquelle ils vivent.
See, we want the officer to understand. See, Cleveland at one time was listed in the top 10 of the poorest cities in the country. And let's keep in mind, you only got a small percentage of people that have revolving criminal behavior. You know what I mean? That's a small percentage. So the rest of these people out here, I mean, it's working. They're trying to make it.
They have a normal life.
They have a normal life trying to make it happen. So we need to understand that as officers, especially the African-American officers who come from this community. Because I understand, as being the president of the Black City, and most police officers would know that the community is your eyes and your ears. We can't be everywhere.
The closer you're with them,
the closer, how you gonna solve the crimes, you know?
Lynn, lui, c'est un policier qui est très impliqué dans sa communauté. Il a sa propre émission radio. Il est beaucoup plus au fait de la notion politique et de la notion logistique.
When you stop somebody here on the street, Nate, you can't give them 100 tickets.
Right.
You're defeating the purpose, you're defeating the relationship.
Exactly.
Now they have to make a choice now between getting their car fixed or paying the tickets. So, of course, they're gonna get their car fixed. Now you don't put them into the system.
These kids got to learn. You got to stay out the system.
You stay out the system.
Moi, j'ai trouvé ça vraiment intéressant parce que comme ancien policier, je pouvais vraiment comprendre ce qu'il m'expliquait. Il y a ce que tu vis et il y a ce que tu dois faire. Les ordres viennent d'en haut par des gens qui travaillent dans des bureaux et parfois, on ne peut pas nécessairement être d'accord avec leur application sur le terrain. Mais ça reste que comme policier, tu as un travail à faire et ta première responsabilité, c'est de protéger la vie des gens que tu sers. Thanks a lot for sharing this with me.
No problem.
Best of luck.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you. My pleasure. Very nice meeting you, too.
Avant de quitter Cleveland, il y a un endroit qu'il faut absolument que j'aille visiter, et c'est le House of Wheels. Lorsque j'arrive sur place, moi, je m'attendais de voir une église, mais c'est une ancienne maison funéraire. Ça semble être à l'abandon. À vrai dire, je croyais vraiment qu'il n'y avait personne qui était là. Le propriétaire de l'endroit, c'est Eric Freeman. Oh, un petit détail. C'est aussi le grand prêtre de l'église de Satan. Eric, we are at the House of Wheels. Can you tell me which neighborhood of Cleveland we're standing at right now?
East 55th. The street over here, it's the second most dangerous street in the entire country.
In the old U.S.?
That's what they say.
Have you witnessed some weird stuff happening?
Yeah, you could say that.
Shooting?
Shootings, stabbings. It's almost nightly.
And can you talk to me about the House of Wheels?
The house itself is a one-of-a-kind in the world. It was built by a 33-degree Mason, and it's hand-built in 1846. Everything built by individual human beings, and they were going to tear the place down. They were going to turn it into a parking lot. And the last thing they need in this neighborhood is a parking lot. And so I bought it to save it.
Is it okay to go take a look?
Sure.
All right, sure. Je dois vraiment dire que sur place, à mesure que j'avançais, j'ai été impressionné par les ravages que l'édifice a subis. Donc, ça a quand même l'air lugubre, ça a été ravagé. Puis là, on se met à discuter de ses intentions face à l'acquisition de la maison et de ses désirs réels et qu'est-ce qu'il tente d'accomplir. Which room are we at right now?
This would be known as the main auditorium. It's all done in a Greco-Roman. Each part of the house, because it was built by a 33rd-degree Mason, is a different time period.
It's going to be quite a job to put it back in condition, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you prevent burglar from coming in? Because obviously, they've been here.
Oh, for sure. A couple of weeks ago, someone broke in and tried to kidnap me by locking my door.
What?
And they tried to burn the house down.
While you were there?
Yeah, yeah. There's death threats. If you see all the graffiti all over the walls, it's from people leaving death threats for me. They don't necessarily like my religious preferences.
Which is?
I run an organization called the New Church of Satan. Anton LaVey started the Church of Satan in 1966 as basically a force to circumnavigate some of the aspects of the Christian church that he felt were negative towards society. But I don't believe that. I believe everything that is within you can be utilized, and you can choose to use it for good or evil. If you pay attention to maybe, let's say, serial killers. A serial killer is a terrible individual, but a surgeon who cuts people's faces off, you know, who might do the exact same thing.
But one kills him,
Yeah.
the other one doesn't.
Yes, yeah, but I believe it's the same drive. I believe it's the same mentality that causes them both to do the same thing.
Donc moi, en faisant mes recherches, j'avais compris qu'Éric avait une grande et une belle collection d'œuvres d'art de type satanique. I heard you have a nice collection.
I do.
Is it possible for me to see it?
Sure.
Donc, en entrant à l'intérieur de la salle, j'ai découvert sa collection d'œuvres d'art. La seule chose qui a vraiment attiré mon attention, c'est qu'il y a une statue du Christ qui est en train de copuler la Sainte Madeleine. C'était vraiment dérangeant. Lui, ça avait l'air à l'impressionner. Puis il y avait quand même une certaine raison d'être à cette pièce d'art-là. Can you talk to me about this?
This would be my first of the 7 Deadly Sins series. Jesus and Mary copulating. And there's a book called Holy Blood, Holy Grail. in which states that Christ never died on the cross, that Christ actually was put away in, and then when he came out of the tomb, they took him to Egypt. And there's actually a church in France called Rennes de la Château, there was a priest there that supposedly found a manuscript that described Christ and Mary and how they procreated and how they had children. And supposedly the French line of kings is from Christ's bloodline.
What I heard, there were mass performed here before.
Oh, I'm sure the Masons did, yeah. In the basement, down in the basement, I'm sure masses
Why
were
are you
done.
sure?
Oh, I mean, the way it was built for a 33rd degree Mason, if you look at the cloud room that we'll go to next, you'll see what kind of room it is. And the way they build things, it's a storehouse of energy. It's like a bank. Where
In that room?
In the whole house.
In the whole house.
And then whoever owns it is able to utilize that to alter reality outside of themselves.
Can we go check it out?
Sure, sure.
Petit détail important, il n'y a pas de courant. Pour descendre au sous-sol, on devait utiliser des lumières pour pouvoir faire en sorte de trouver notre voie. Puis quand je suis arrivé sur place, il y avait une grande salle qui était vide. C'est vraiment spécial de voir qu'il y a quelqu'un qui habite là.
When the funeral home took over, they used this as a casket storeroom. And when the ghost hunters come, they usually...
Am I hearing ghost?
Yes, yes. It's on the list of one of the 20 most haunted locations in the entire world.
In the world?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen ghosts?
I personally don't believe in ghosts. I never have. And even though I absolutely fundamentally don't believe that you could see a personified human being after they passed away, I have seen some pretty weird things in here. Things that I can't explain.
Like what?
I've actually seen an apparition run from my kitchen through my front door. And you know, in my mind, I think, you know, is it a figment of my imagination? Is it a reflection from outside?
A burglar.
But it's none of those things, unfortunately. What I have come to is technically time is supposed to be layered, like notebook pages in a notebook, where if you turn back, you'll be able to see back in time. Because of the way the house was built, it's some kind of electromagnetic, maybe portal, that allows you to see back in time in the exact same place, but back.
Là, je dois vous dire, moi, c'est pas le genre de choses auxquelles je crois, mais c'est quand même spécial qu'ils utilisent le moment qu'on est là pour me passer ce type d'informations.
And so when you...
Your mic just stopped, right? I put new batteries.
Oh no, it happens consistently.
Ce qui est un peu bizarre, c'est qu'au même moment, mon micro ne fonctionnait plus, il a fallu le changer. Sorry about that. Seems like some kind of energy field actually drained the battery of my microphone.
It's been known to happen.
In the past?
Oh yeah, all the time. Something's going on here. I didn't know what was going on. I still don't today, but I definitely know that something's going on.
Donc, je peux pas dire nécessairement si ça a été vidé par un fantôme qui s'amuse à sucer l'énergie de nos appareils électroniques, mais j'ai choisi le moment pour laisser les lieux, puis me retourner à la lumière. Je me sentais un peu plus à l'aise. You know what? Before some kind of energy drained me off of my power, I think I better leave now. Thanks
Pleasure meeting you, my man.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I got a strange feeling. You got the devil in you.
Mon bilan de Cleveland, c'est que c'est une ville qui est extrêmement dangereuse. C'est une ville qui est en mauvais état. Et contrairement à d'autres endroits où on a découvert des pistes de solutions, Cleveland est encore à la recherche de celles-ci.